So to start, on row 12, 11, and 10, we are going to be using yellow fabric mesh. On your board, you'll see numbers on your board. And this is just for teaching purposes and, you know, making a pattern. 12, 11, and 10, we're going to be using yellow. And that's, you'll see yellow lines on the bottom. 9, 8, and 7, we're going to be using orange. And then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're going to be using white. Okay? And it's all right here. We are going to be using 26 yellow pieces of mesh. We're going to be using 20 pieces of orange and 19 pieces of white. You will have a lot of mesh left over that you can make something else with too. So you may want to make a candy corn flower. You're probably going to have enough. This is how much, I already got all my mesh cut. This is how much yellow I have left. This is how much white I have left. And this is how much orange I have left. That's a lot of mesh left over, and we're going to have a big full candy corn. So, yeah, like I said, you could probably make a candy corn flower if you get a large board or even a small board. I'm going to go over how to preload the board. On the board, you'll see sets of holes. In between each hole, there is a small little line. That just indicates these two holes go together. And what you're going to do, we're going to preload this whole board with zip ties. You're going to take your zip tie. These are 6-inch, 18-pound zip ties. You're going to take your zip tie. You're going to go down one hole. Now, if you make sure the flat part of the zip tie is facing towards the center of the two holes. That way, when you go to do your zip tie up, it's going to do up correctly. Okay? So you're going to go down one hole, back up the other, and put the tail of the zip tie through the flat part of the head, and you'll hear that little zip. And it locks. This part of the wreath, go grab your zip ties, go sit in your comfy chair, put on one of your soap operas or your reality show or a movie, and preload your board. Okay, don't stand, because this is something that's just very relaxing. Okay, so this is what you're going to do for the whole board. All these holes are going to get zip ties, and you're going to leave them open, just like this, so you have room between the board and the top of the zip tie to work with. Okay, and you're going to do that for the whole frame, all the way up to row number 1. Okay, and row number 1 will have 2. There is 2 holes at the top that is kind of divoted in or chamfered in. That's where we're going to put our hanging zip tie. So you're going to preload the whole board. Once you're done that, I'm going to roll out my mesh, get my rotary cutter, and I'm going to cut 10-inch pieces. So I'm going to cut it at the 30. Put something heavy on there. And the closer you get to the center of the roll, the curlier the mesh gets. So 30, 20, and then I'm cutting at the 10. So there we go. We got 3 pieces. My mat is 36 by 24. And it's double-sided. So this side's gray, the other side's blue. And I believe there is a link for Amazon on my website, uniqueinthecreek.com. If you go all the way down, you'll see all the tools that I absolutely love and that I buy from Amazon. Okay, that is how we're cutting our mesh. You're going to do that for the yellow, you're going to do it for the orange, and you're going to do it for the white. And you get a pile. Now, if you cut all your mesh, but you don't plan on making your wreath tonight, do yourself a favor, and you'll thank me for it later. Pile all your mesh up that you have cut. Now this is only if you're going to do it, say, like tomorrow. So you cut all your mesh tonight, and say Sunday afternoon is going to be your crafting day. Pile all your mesh on. Get your board, whether it be the triangle or whatever. Put your board on top of your mesh, and then put something heavy on it. So I'm going to put this, okay, leave it like that overnight. Get the whole stack. Put your whole stack of mesh that you just cut overnight. You put your board on top, then put something heavy. When you wake up in your morning, your fabric mesh or any deco mesh will be flat. And it's so much easier to work with when it's completely flat. What we're going to do is you're just going to do kind of an imaginary line across the middle. You're going to fold it in just like that. You're going to fold this side to just go over this a little bit. So you're making a big long rectangle like that. Just scrunch it in the middle. Then you're going to flip it up words like that. And we're going to put a clothespin on it. All right, curl up. Now what you're going to do with your kerfuffle, you're going to take it out. Now we are going to have, see where the seam is? That is going to be facing down the board, okay? We don't want to see any strings or anything. So when you do a kerfuffle like this, you don't see anything. You're going to take the curved part of your kerfuffle and you're going to put it about a 1/2 inch into the zip tie, okay? And do it up. What I like to do is kind of press down so I can get it a little tighter. And that's the whole candy corn. Your kerfuffle, we want the seam facing down. Put a 1/2 inch into the zip tie, pull tight. And I just have them butt up beside each other, and look how nice the ruffle turns out. Full, you cannot see the board. You can see very, very little fray. You can pre-make them and use your clothespins, or you can just make them and stick it in as you're going along. Up, you're gonna flip it up. See the seam is right here? That's gonna go downwards. We don't wanna see that mess. And you want, when you flip it, you want to make sure each side is about the same length. Take the rounded part and you're going to put it in the zip tie. Now, the trick for the tree boards is you don't want to go straight in on the sides, okay? You need to go with the contour of the board. If you go straight in, and it doesn't matter what petal, although this petal is very full, even if you went straight in, you wouldn't still wouldn't see the side of the board. But I like to teach that you go with the contour of the board, so you just kind of go a little bit of an angle and do your zip tie up. Now I press down and then tighten it a little bit. And there we go. So that's row, you can see on the back, we got row 12 done, row 11, row 10 is yellow as well, and it's right on your pattern. And then next 3 are orange, and then the rest are white. So it is pretty easy to make this. And snip the tail off, just like that. So I usually have a little container on my craft table to put all the tails in. We're done. We are done. Okay, let's fluff this up a bit. Make sure all our kerfuffles are out. What do you think of this huge candy corn? Isn't it awesome? So we'll fix up, you can pull out, and it is full. It is full, full, full. Now let's put on our sign. I am going to put it right about here in between the orange and the white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a zip tie. Okay, when you flip this over, look how nice, oh, this is an older one. Look how nice and neat the back is. Nothing on the back to scratch your door. If you're selling your wreaths, you're going to want to slap a sticker on here somewhere, or tape your business card. Do something so the person that buys it knows where they can come to get their Christmas wreath or their Christmas tree or whatever. And these are amazing for like nursing homes and hospitals and stuff like that, to decorate them up, because they're so happy looking, like they're fun. And same with the Christmas trees. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, on my pattern, I do have it marked, but I'm going to tell you right where it says uniqueinthecreek.com, this hole, so there's 5 on this row, row 6, right in the middle here, I'm going to put a zip tie down. So I'm going to push it down, the one side down one hole, and the other side down the other hole. Okay. And there's the one side. And you're going to dig through, and there's my, let me zoom down, there's my zip tie. Move your mesh back so you can, you're going to take your sign, and I'm going to take my string or the rope that's on my sign and zip tie it, not tight, but I just want it onto the board. Just like that. Okay, you're going to cut the tail off. Now you're not going to zip tie it right straight down to the board, because then your sign will go tilted because it's trying to go down. You just want it so it's sitting on the surface. If you have a hot glue gun, you can shift the string and make it a little diagonal there, and just put a little bit of hot glue underneath the sign and hold it onto the mesh. It's a little bit more work, but if you do not have a bow maker, then this is the next best thing. What we're going to do is you're going to take your cardboard piece and I'm going to make my tails of my bow 20 inches. So I took my ribbon, that's 10 inches. So I wrap it around again, that'll be 20 inches. Okay, so we have a 20-inch piece. Now if you're using your easy bow or your measure buddy, you pull out side 1 and side 2, slide, and you can wrap around. So if you're doing ribbon tails, you just wrap around. So that's how you use the measure buddy. But we're going to do a layered bow. So I'm going to fold it in half, just like this. Okay, these are our tails. But again, we got lots of ribbon left over. So play, play, play. Add as many loops as you want. Yeah, this might be too big. Yeah. I know what I'll do with it. So I'm going to do just 20-inch. Don't throw out this extra piece. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to fold it in half. We're going to make more loops. Make this bow a little fluffier. Now, if you do have hot glue and you do want to do it this way, add a little bit of hot glue, a little dollop of hot glue right there, and then you can press it down. And that way you're ensured it will stay and it won't open up. Okay. So I'm going to add, just put this right on top of the other. So I did these 20 inches. So 2 at 20, 3 at 18, and then I have these little pieces left. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add them in for a little bit of whimsy. So I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to cut it into a V shape like I showed you, each end. And we're going to make it a little more whimsical. Okay, I'm going to take this top layer off and let's put one going this way. Slide it right under. Make sure it's under all those layers. Okay, we're good. We're going to have loops and tails and everything all over the place. All right, turn it over, do it up slightly. I want to make sure this is in because don't forget we didn't glue anything. Now if you do have glue, use glue. And these are, again, I'm doing this for people that are just beginners and may not have all the fancy tools. Okay, do it up nice and tight. Clipping this off. Those 2 center holes. One, 2, and I'm just grabbing them on the back, flip it over, and we'll do this up. Now don't do it up tight because we don't want it, we want it loose so it sits on top. Okay, and we're going to start opening it up. So first thing I'm going to do is open up this first loop. This is our center. We got some of these dovetails. We'll put them at the top. See how it's, and then we're going to open up all these loops. Now don't tug on them because don't forget we're not glued in or anything like that. You just want to open them up. Tails that gives it that whimsy look. You can add more of those instead of all kinds of loops, but I think it looks fab. Now if I want my sign to be a little cattywampus, you can kind of pull the string and it might stay without even having to glue it.